All right, what's up? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are going to do a special tribute game today. Yesterday, J.R. Richard, pitcher from the mid to late 70s with the Houston Astros, passed away at the age of 71 due to COVID-related complications. So we're going to do a tribute game for J.R. He was definitely, sorry as I get my camera in. JR definitely, if you were making a Mount Rushmore of intimidating pitchers, he would definitely be up there. You'd have to put him up there with Bob Gibson, Randy Johnson. Fourth spot, maybe you could look at a Don Drysdale, Al Roboski, something like that. But JR definitely has his place there. He was 6'8" and threw harder than anybody else in the game at the time, arguably, except Nolan Ryan. And they were teammates on the Astros for a couple of seasons, and opposing players actually said they would rather face Nolan Ryan than J.R. Richard. So rest in peace, J.R. We're going to replay a July 9th, 1978 game between the Dodgers and the Astros. And Richard won this game 5-1, beating Don Sutton. It was a 4-hitter, walked 6, struck out 12, and it was his 8th win of the season. He was 8-9 at this point, went on to finish winning 10 of his last 12 decisions for an 18-11 mark, and finished the year with 303 strikeouts in 275 innings pitched. And again, we're using the very solid and fun to play Fall Classic Baseball. So let's get it going. We're going to roll for stuff, both pitchers. Richard will go first, and appropriately enough, too, he is going to have his A-game stuff, meaning his pitch results will come out of this column. And you can see on his card, it's absolutely filthy. No hits, no automatic hits. He's got strikeouts. A total of 7 automatic strikeouts and 3 walks and 4 outs. So very, very solid card. And for his opponent, Don Sutton, 15. And Sutton is going to be cursed with his C stuff. So his results will come out of this column. And we are ready to go. Play ball. Again, July 9th, 1978, Dodgers at Astros. Davey Lopes set to lead it off for the Dodgers. And again, I use dice rolls with the fast action cards for Fall Classic. And here we go, 31, and Richard comes in tight and jams Davey Lopes. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. And coming in to take that routine play is Denny Walling, 1 down. And that's going to bring up shortstop Bill Russell. And this Dodgers lineup absolutely stacked. And Richard, high heat, swing and a miss, strikeout, his first of the game. So 2 down in the top of the first inning. And that brings up Reggie Smith, the Dodgers right fielder. And JR kicks, delivers, and Reggie Smith caught looking frozen on the slider, and strike 3 called outside corner of the plate. So 3 up, 3 down inning for J.R. Richard and the Astros in the top of the first. Going to the bottom of the frame, it is 0, and Astros coming to bat. It'll be Denny Walling, Terry Poole, and Enos Cabell leading it off for the Dodgers, or Astros, sorry. Don Sutton now 31, and that is going to be a single off the pitcher's card. And again, Sutton with his C stuff, as if Richard needed that advantage. Richard with his A. And at the ballpark, Matt, Steeler fan 1933, has joined us. Welcome, my friend, and go Astros indeed. I think we're all going to be Astros fans today. As Terry Poole, a Terry swimming pool, as Chris Berman called him, steps up to the plate, and we are going to get an automatic out there. So run on first, that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play, but Poole, fast batter, he's going to beat the relay throw, so that's going to be a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the put out at second, 1 down, and third baseman Enos Cabell steps up. Our good friend Kent from SDG Replays has joined us at the park for this tribute game, and check out his wonderful channel as well. And I'll be honest, kid, I haven't been on there in a couple of weeks, actually, because I've been kind of busy. What games you got going on the channel right now? I know you're playing some History Maker Golf, I believe, at last time I checked, as Cabell, 31, and that is going to be a single off of Sutton's card again. That's going to be a base hit into left field, and first to third hold, if one out, assist, and there is indeed one out, so the assist, left fielder Dusty Baker, and A5, that is not good. So Terry Poole trying to test him. He needs a 6 to be safe, and gunned down at third. A strong throw from left field. So the Astros, 2 down now. They're shooting themselves in the foot here in the first inning. 2 hits, but nothing to show for it. 2 down, and Jose, can you see Cruz up? And again, 31, single off of Sutton's card. And first to third, a fast runner is going to make it to third, and Enos Cabell is indeed fast, so they're going to have runners at the corners. 2 down, and Big Bob Watson, the lone power threat in the Astros lineup, steps up to the plate. 14 dingers in 1978. Sutton trying to get out of this. And 65 and 65. Home run 1-20. It is deep. It is far. It is gone. Run shot. Big Bob Watson puts the Astros up 3-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And for J.R. Richard, that might be all he needs. And that was a prodigious shot off the bat of Bob Watson here in the spacious Astrodome. And the Astros jump out to a 3-0 lead. Art Howe, the batter. As Sutton in trouble early in this one. And 64, that's going to be an out off of Sutton's card. Line drive into right field. Coming in to scoop that off the shoe tops is Reggie Smith. So side is retired. But not before the Astros strike. 4 hits, 3 runs, all coming courtesy of a 3-run blast by Bob Watson as we head to the top of the second. And it is going to be Houston 3 and Los Angeles 0. It has been staked to a 3-0 lead. That is probably going to be more than enough for him as Ron Say leads it off for the Dodgers. And 65, that's going to be 1-3. And 11, nope, that's a deep fly ball. And going back near the track, back against the wall, Denny Walling hauls that in 1 down to start the second inning. That brings up Steve Garvey, who I actually have a autographed baseball of. My wife and I, when we were first dating 20 years ago, Steve came to her job. She worked at the VA hospital at the time. And not knowing how much I hate the Dodgers, he offered her an autographed baseball for me. And so she took it. We later rectified that situation. But I do still have it. Obviously a good gesture, and Steve Garvey, a good guy overall. So 21 as Garvey steps up, and 21 is going to be an out. And it's going to be a line drive, hit hard, but right at the shortstop. And hauling that in is Mike Fischlin, getting the start there today. So, yes, after that day, no more Dodgers memorabilia from my wife, and she has stuck to that for the last 20 years. So we are good. As 51, Dusty Baker steps up to the plate, and we have our first defensive check. So KD defensive check, and I'm in the wrong spot. 51, and that's going to be a potential error on the second baseman. And at second base for the Astros is Art Howe, and he makes that play with an error rating of 5. So 4-3 on the putout. And Dodgers again retired in order here in the second inning. As we go to the bottom of the frame, 3-0, Houston in the lead. And it's going to be Luis Pujols, Mike Fischlin, and James Rodney Richard in the second inning for the Astros. And 32 to Pujols, that's going to be an out. And that is going to be the batter, ground ball down to third base. The Penguin charges out, whips it across the diamond, 1 down. In 70s and 80s, to me, as a baseball fan, my most memorable, I guess, baseball watching years as a fan. Great teams back in the 70s. Dodgers, of course, and Cincinnati perennially battling it out in the National League as Mike Fischlin steps up. And 24 off of Fishland's card. Hit by pitch on a 1-8. 19 is not, and that is going to be an out. And that is going to be a ground ball down to second base. And ranging behind the bag, backhanding that, Art Howe, 4-3 on the putout. I'm sorry, Davey Lopes, my bad. And the pitcher, J.R. Richard up. Richard with the 3-0 lead, looking to help his own cause. Sutton winds, kicks, delivers, and 14, swing and a miss. JR gets a taste of his own medicine as he goes down on strikes as the Astros go in order here in the second as Sutton regains his composure after a very rocky first. Heading to the top of the third, it is 3-0 Houston up. For the Dodgers, it will be Monday, Joe Ferguson, and the pitcher, Don Sutton. Here comes the pitch. And 13, Rick Monday, a big cut, nothing but air as the fastball whooshes by him. Third strikeout of the game for Richard. One down, Joe Ferguson, the catcher. Ferguson, he was a .237 hitter in 1978. 7 home runs, 45, and that's going to be an out off the pitcher's card again. Richard with his grade A stuff. Routine fly ball into center field, and Terry Poole camps under that. Pats the glove, hauls it in, 2 down. And we want to have the pitcher spot Don Sutton up. Thus far, the Dodgers looking for their first base runner of the game. And kicks, delivers, and Richard blows that by. High strike, Sutton way behind that. Shouldn't even have tried. And 3 up, 3 down again. JR perfect through 3 as the Dodgers yet to touch him. 3-0. Astros coming up in the bottom of the third. It's going to be top of the order. Walling, Terry Poole, and Enos Cabell. Don Sutton has got the sign, kicks and delivers, and that's going to be a walk, 1-16. So Don Sutton, again with his grade C stuff. Denny Walling trots down to first base. Terry Poole checks with a third base coach. Here comes the pitch, 46, and 46 is going to be to the ballpark, and 13 for a left-handed hitter in the Astrodome. And that is going to be a foul ball into third base territory, and plenty of room to make the play there as Ron Say pulls that in. 1 down, and that brings up third baseman Enos Cabell. Cabell singled and scored his first time up ahead of Bob Watson's home run. 44, and that is going to be a single. And Cabell, he drives that into center field, first to third if 1 out, assist, and we indeed have 1 out again. So in center field for the Dodgers, Rick Monday, and Rick Monday has a weak arm, so 2-6, he will be safe and just in ahead of the throw at third base. So now runners at the corners, and the plus on Enos Cabell's card means he's going to automatically try his stolen base. So we will go straight to that. And Cabell, he is going to be safe on a throw of 14 or less, and adjustment for Joe Ferguson. Ferguson with a strong arm, so that knocks it down to 12. Here comes a pitch. Cabell goes, and he easily, great jump off of Sutton. So now runners on second, third, only 1 out for the Astros as they look to do more damage. And Jose, can you see Cruz steps up to the plate? Runners on second and third, and Cruz gets a hold of that, and that's driven into the outfield. And that is going to be a base hit to right field, second to home. Fast is going to advance, and Cabell is fast. So the Astros now take a 5-0 lead, and Sutton is reeling here early. And the actual score of this game, remember, was 5-1. And still no action in the Dodgers bullpen, but that will be changing soon if Sutton doesn't right the ship here. As Big Bob Watson steps up, and that's going to be a single off of Sutton's card. So Sutton absolutely getting shelled by the Astros. Base hit into center field. Runners are going to go station to station. And Lasorda pacing about in the dugout, picks up the phone and makes a call down to the bullpen. And he is going to call for the youngster Bob Welch to get up and throwing, as it is early still in this one. But Sutton obviously does not have his stuff. Art Howe, the batter, still only one down. Runners on first and second, 2 runs already in. Here comes a pitch, 11. And that is going to be a single on a roll of 1-12. So the misery continues for the Dodgers, as that's a base hit into left field. First to third, we're going to hold, and second to home, we are going to have an assist chance, and it's not going to be good, as again, with an arm of 5, Dusty Baker. So Cruz around third base. Here comes the throw, and he is gunned down at the plate. Second assist of the game for Baker. So 7-2, and that is the second out of the inning. And that brings up the catcher, Luis Pujols. Pujols grounded out to Ron Cey, his first time up, and the hits just keep on, well, they don't keep on coming. 22 is normally a hit on a good batter's card. That, however, is going to be an out. And that's going to be a line drive to center field right at Rick Monday. So he hit it hard, but right to the center fielder. And that retires a side. So the Astros strike again, 2 more runs on 4 hits and a walk. They leave a couple as we head to the top of the 4th inning. It is 5-0. Houston comfortably in front, and J.R. Richard looking untouchable in this one. For the Dodgers, it will be Lokes, Russell, and Smith. Here we go. And 42, and finally, they get to JR's. That's going to be a base on balls, and first base run of the game for the Dodgers. Bill Russell, the batter, he struck out his first time up. 26, and against a left-hander, that would have been a single, but that's not the case. Richard, a righty, and that is going to be a ground ball down to third base. And batter out 5-3. Runner advances to second. So the Dodgers, runner in scoring position. Cabell to Watson on the putout, and that brings up Reggie Smith. 1 down, runner in scoring position. Dodgers still looking for their first hit of the ball game. And 36, swing and a miss. A slider, and Smith looked foolish waving at that. He wasn't going to hit that with an oar, his second strikeout of the game. So Richard dominating the Dodgers early in this one, as that brings up the Penguin Ron Cey, 11, and Cey is going to draw a base on balls, and that's the second walk that Richard has given up to go with his 5 strikeouts. First baseman Steve Garvey, who hit a rocket, but right at the shortstop, Mike Fischlin in his first at bat. 54, and 54, we are going to the 54 chart. So 54 chart, men on base, possible pickoff, roll a D6, catcher with a strong arm. So for the Astros, it is a weak arm for Pujols, so it needs to be a 1 and a 2. And trying to catch Ron Cey napping at first base, and Cey back in there under the tag. We will resume the at-bat. Steve Garvey, a second chance, and 56 this time, and 56 coming off of Richard's card, and Richard, the high heat again, swing and a miss, and Garvey goes down on strikes, and once again, no hits, no runs, no errors, 2 left on a couple of walks, and it is 5-0 as the Astros set to come up in the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's going to be Fischlin, Richard, and back to the top of the order. And Appa Bryan has joined us. Welcome to the ballpark, my friend. Hope you are doing well. 55, and Mike Fischlin is a horrible hitter. Terrible defense. I have no idea why he is in the lineup today, but he is. And that is going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. So Sutton, who has been absolutely abysmal in this game, dodges a bullet there. And again, Bob Welch throwing in the bullpen already for the Dodgers, as Sutton just has not had his stuff. 8 hits, 5 runs given up already by Don. And here comes a pitch to JR. And JR, that's going to be an out. So that's a high fly ball into center field. Rick Monday comes in a few steps, hauls that in, 2 down. So Sutton has been an anomaly. Got racked around in the first, 3 up, 3 down in the second, racked around again in the third. And looking at another 3 up, 3 down inning here. If he can get Walling, here comes a pitch. And 45, and Sutton is indeed going to get that 3-up, 3-down inning, as that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And scooped up in the hole is Art House, short throw to first, and 3-up, 3-down go the Astros. So we are through 4 innings. It is 5-0. Houston in front in our J.R. Richard tribute game, July 9th, 1978, Astros and Dodgers. And for the Dodgers, it's going to be Dusty Baker, Rick Monday, and Smokin' Joe Ferguson behind the plate. Here we go, 26. And Dusty Baker, again, against a left-handed pitcher. That would have been a single, and instead that's a harmless fly ball to center field. Terry Poole, plenty of room out there to haul that in. And again, the one minor, this is a very fun game. I like the way it flows. The one minor critique I have is there's not a big variety of splits. It's pretty much 26, and that is it. But easy to overlook because the rest of the game is so well done. As Rick Monday steps up, and 65, that's going to be deep, far, and gone. Rick Monday throws the bat out there, and it was only 1-3 to get the home run with his ace stuff, but he gets a hold of that and drives that over the right field wall, and the Dodgers first run, as it is 5-1, which is how the real-life game ended. And Richard shaking his head. That was a great pitch, and Monday just timed it right. So 1 down for Joe Ferguson. And 44, and Ferguson now. Let's see if that opens the floodgates as he drives that back up the middle for a 1-out single. And that's going to bring up the pitcher spot, Don Sutton. And Tommy Lasorda is heading to the mound. Sutton has had a rough outing. He's going to make the change early. So Sutton is going to end up going 4 innings, gives up 8 hits, 5 runs, every one of them earned. And he walked 1 and only had a single strikeout. And gave up a home run. Oh, down out of the bullpen comes Bob Welch in 1978, the youngster, his first full season in the bigs. And he is going to try and reduce the damage, and instead we will get a pinch hitter now for Sutton. And it's going to be the man with the magic wand, Manny Mota. All right, we are set to go. And Manny Mota is going to try and extend this inning as Welch completes his warm-up tosses. He's going to be ready to head to the mound in the next half inning. So 1 down, runner on first base. Richard gets a sign, kicks, delivers, and 42, and that is going to be a walk. JR's 3rd of the game, so JR, a little bit rattled, it seems, after that home run. And the Dodgers now back to the top of the order, and runners on first and second. Brings up Davey Lopes, who has walked and flown out to left field. Here comes a pitch, 16, and 16. That's going to be an out. Fly ball into left field, and second to third, a fast plus runner is advanced. Will advance. That's not the case, as Ferguson is slow. So 2 down as Richard looks to have his composure back, and that brings up shortstop Bill Russell, who is struck out, grounded out to third. 55, and that is going to be a true single, almost a triple. So Richard faltering a little bit here, and that's going to be a base hit to center field. The fast runner advances, slow and average hold. So the sacks are going to be loaded, as Ferguson is a slow runner. And that brings up Reggie Smith. And Smith, he can tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. 29 home runs in 1978. It is getting tight here. And joining us at the ballpark, Steve Tower, after further review. Welcome, my friend. Naples. Sorry, did you relocate to Florida, Steve? I was not aware of that unless you're just on vacation. And saw Rick Monday a number of times as he was a sports reporter in the 80s in LA. Yeah, I actually lived in LA in Downey, outside next to Long Beach, from 1984, actually 1984 to 1987. As Smith, we'll see if he can do any further damage. And that is going to be a single. So Richard now starting to falter. It's going to be a base hit to left field, second to home. Fast runner is going to advance. Manny Mota is not. So there is 2 outs, however, so we are going to have an assist chance there. All right, so in left field for the Astros, 1-4, and 1-4. Mota's going to get gunned down at the plate. Here comes a throw, and 4 just got him. And we have had 3 outfield assists in this game, but 1 run is going to score as Joe Ferguson comes in. 7-2 on the putout, and it's going to be an RBI single for Reggie Smith, and that is going to make it 5-2. An excellent play in left field by Denny Wallen. He charged that ball, got it out of his hand quickly to the plate. But the Dodgers plate a couple, and they do so getting 4 hits, 4 hits, 2 runs, and a walk. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, Houston leads us 5-2. And up for the Astros, it's going to be Terry Poole, Enos Cabell, and Jose Cruz. Here we go. Bob Welch, the new pitcher for the Dodgers. And I did not roll his stuff. We'll take that, 14, and that is going to be average stuff, normal stuff, I should say. All right, 33 to Poole, and Poole, he's going to greet Welch the way the Dodgers treated Sutton, with a single to lead it off as Enos Cabell steps in. Third baseman has 2 hits and has scored twice for the Astros. Here comes a pitch, 64. And 64, and that is going to be a deep fly ball and plenty of room out there to haul that in. And that goes to right field, so 1 down, runner at first holds, as Jose Cruz will be the batter. Cruz today also 2 for 2, has a run scored, 2 RBIs on 2 singles. Here comes a pitch from Welch, 56, and swing and a miss. Welch with his first strikeout. So 2 down for Big Bob Watson, and Watson touched Sutton in the first inning with a 3-run blast over the left field wall. Welch gets a sign and kicks, delivers, 45, and that is going to be an out. A fly ball into left field, and plenty of room out there for the venerable Dusty Baker, who pulls that in. So the Astros, no runs on 1 hit, leave 1 left. We're through 5, and it is 5-2. J.R. Richard and the Astros ahead. For the Dodgers, it's going to be the Penguin, Steve Garvey, and Dusty Baker as we start the 6th inning. 36, Richard gets a sign, and that fastball, high heat, letter high, and way behind that is Say, swing and a miss. Strikeout. Say's first time going down on strikes this game. And for JR, he now has 7 strikeouts through 5 1/3. Here comes a pitch to Garvey, and Garvey, that's going to be an out. So ground ball chopped off the plate, and charging out to get that as Pujols fires it down to first, and Garvey's retired, 2 down. That will bring up Dusty Baker, the Dodgers left fielder. Baker today, he is 0 for 2. Richard's got the sign, kicks, delivers, and that's going to be put in play. That's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. And charging that, getting out of his glove, whipping it to first is Fishland. So the Dodgers go down in order here in the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the frame, 5-2, Houston up. And for the Astros, it's going to be Art Howe, Luis Pujols, and Mike Fishland, as Dan Douglas has joined us at the ballpark for our J.R. Richard tribute game. Welcome, my friend. Howe leading it off against the new Dodgers pitcher, Bob Welch, and 16, that's going to be an out. A line drive into left field. Dusty Baker charging that. Takes it waist high, 1 down. And Luis Pujols, the Astros catcher, up. Pujols today is 0 for 2, ground out to third and a fly out to center field. And Pujols, he's going to get into that, and 4, that's going to be driven into the gap, and that is into left center. Pujols around first, coming into second. Here comes the throw, slides, and he is safe. A 1-out double, so the Astros looking to extend their 5-2 lead. And the paltry hitting Mike Fichlin is up. He's horrible, and he's going to live up to that reputation, and it would have been an automatic double play had there been a runner on first, but there is not. Runner is on second. That's going to be a 6-3 put out. And Pujols holds at second base, and that brings up J.R. Richard. Richard today has struck out and flown out to center field. Here comes a pitch from Welch, and that is going to end the inning, as it'll be a ground ball down to Lopes at second base, the short throw to Garvey. So the Astros get another hit, leave 1, no runs. We are through 6. It is 5-2. Houston in front. And Richard, after a tough 5th inning, looks to have settled down with a 3-up, 3-down 6th as we go into the 7th. It's going to be Rick Monday, Joe Ferguson, and Don Sutton. And this is where the damage started the last time through the order. Richard has a sign, 35, and takes a little bit off that. Monday, way out in front, swing and a miss. Second time he's gone down on strikeouts, which sandwiches home run. And strikeout number 8 for J.R. Richard, 1 down for Joe Ferguson. 65, and that is going to be a potential home run off the pitcher's card. Not this time, though, and that's going to be a deep fly ball to left field, and plenty of room to pull that in just short of the wall is Denny Walling. 2 down, and that will bring up the pitcher spot, and they're going to let Welch hit. They don't want to tax their bullpen. And thank you, Apple Brian. Yeah, YouTube is, I don't know what goes on now. It's like likes disappear sometimes on your videos. So who knows? Obviously, I don't do videos for likes. It's for fun, but it's kind of weird how things have changed with YouTube lately. As Richard to face Welch, and Welch, pitcher, 172, 24, and that is going to be an out. At least he puts it into play, which is better than a lot of his teammates are doing. That's going to be a line drive to second base. Art Howe spears that. And 3 up, 3 down again for the Dodgers. No hits, no runs, no errors. We head to our 7th inning stretch, and it is Houston 5, Los Angeles 2. For the Stros, it will be top of the order, Walling, Terry Poole, and Enos Cabell. Welch has a sign, kicks, delivers, 36, and that is going to be a ground ball down to first base. So taking that himself is Garvey. 3 unassisted. Terry Poole now comes up to the plate. He brings a 1 for 3 ledger, fielder's choice single, and a pop out to third. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be a fly out to center field, and Monday comes in, takes that routine play, 2 down. So Welch has pitched a lot better than Sutton, giving up a couple of hits, but no real danger at this point as Enos Cabell steps up. Cabell 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Also has a stolen base, 13. And that's going to get Welch and the Dodgers out of the inning. A lazy fly ball into right field. And camping under that is Reggie Smith. So 3 up, 3 down for the Stros as we head to the 8th inning. Still 5-2 Houston, and it is going to be for the Dodgers. Top of the order, Davey Lopes, Bill Russell, Reggie Smith. 66, and Davey Lopes 10. That's going to be a double off the top of the wall. Just missed a home run there. So Lopes chugging around first base, an easy stand-up double. And the Astros are going to get a little action going in their bullpen now, as Richard seems to be getting a little bit tired. And it's going to be Ken Forsch up and throwing. And they're also going to have Joe Sambito take some warm-up tosses, a righty and a lefty down there in the Astros bullpen. And As Bill Russell steps in, nobody out. Runner in scoring position in Lopes. Here comes the pitch, 25, and that's going to be an out. So for Bill Russell, fly ball to left field and plenty of room out there and too short to get the runner across. Walling makes a play, 1 down. Reggie Smith comes up to the plate. Smith has singled, driven in a run, and struck out twice. And walk on a 1-17. That is a 12. So that is the 5th walk given up for JR today. He walked 6 in real life in this game. Runners on first and second, 1 down for the Penguin. And 22 and single 1, and it is indeed going to be a single on the 1. So base hit to left field, second to home. It scores if he is a fast runner, and that is definitely Davey Lopes. And I'm sorry, second to home scores. Fast goes first to third, and Reggie Smith is average, so he's going to stop at second. But that is the 3rd run of the game for the Dodgers. RBI single for Say. And we're going to get a mound visit, and they're going to give Richard 1 more batter. It is 5-3. If he cannot get Steve Garvey, his day will be done. Here comes the pitch, 54, and 54 is off the crazy chart. So 54, men on base, we go to the Wilder chart. Or men on base, Wilder. Framing the pitch, refer to catcher range rating. So catcher's range rating is Pujols is an N. All right, so G, it's a strike. B and N gets strike 3. Away, all right, home gets strike 3, and away gets ball 4. So the Astros, after all that, it's a swing and a miss. They get the strike as a great job by Pujols framing that pitch. 2 down now. And it looks like Richard might be able to tightrope out of this. This will definitely be his last inning if he does, though. Dusty Baker, the batter. Here comes the pitch, and 46 off of Baker's card, and that goes to the ballpark. 15. That's going to be a foul ball. That is into third base territory. Enos Cabell pulls that in, and that retires a side. So a couple of hits for the Dodgers and another run. But Richard gets the job done, and that's going to bring his day to a close. He is on track to get the win in this one. So Richard, 8 innings, 6 hits. He's going to give up 3 runs, all of them earned. So he'll have 9 strikeouts on the day, and double checking on the walks. Nine strikeouts and 4 walks, not 5. Gives up 1 home run. So overall, a good day for James Rodney Richard in our tribute game. And Joe Sambito is going to try and close this out for the Astros in the 9th. And for the Dodgers in the 8th inning, it is going to be Jose Cruz, Bob Watson, and Art Howe. Bob Welch looking to finish this off for the Dodgers. Here we go. 62 and 62 off the pitcher's card, and that is going to be swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Walk and Jose Cruz, or Welch, I'm sorry. Second strikeout for Cruz today. To go with a single or 2 singles, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. Bob Watson up. Watson, 2 for 3, home run, 3 RBIs, run scored. Here comes the pitch, 65, and going to the pitcher's card again. And it has to be 1-8, though. That's going to be a deep fly ball to right field, and Watson is retired. Gets a hold of that, but to the track only in the spacious Astrodome. Art Howe up, 2 down. Howe is 1 for 3 today. And 32, and that is going to be an out. So that comes off of the pitcher's card, and right-handed hitter. That'll be ground ball down to the Penguin at third. Routine play, whips it across the diamond, and 3 up, 3 down. Go the Dodgers in the 8th as we enter the 9th. Joe Sambito, the new pitcher. It's going to be Rick Monday, Joe Ferguson, and the pitcher spot. So the Dodgers will get a pitch hitter ready as we check the chat. And let's see. I've got a little bit to catch up on. Jason Flash Games, the lead, and temporarily lost his. Yeah, he said he had some weird stuff going on. He did a video where he said something with copyright when he was trying to clean up his videos or something. Yeah, fall. I've got right now 1908 for Fall Classic, 1978, and 1922. And this is the first time I've actually played 1978, so I thought it would be a good occasion to break that out. Mostly I've played 1908 so far. And Fall Classic, a lot of seasons, is getting more dead ball seasons out too, which is another reason I really like the game, because I love the dead ball era. In 1925 Pirates, definitely a great team. Max Carey, their center fielder, was an excellent ball player, good speed too. And I also agree there, quality of the cards is fantastic. I put these, they're close. I put them right up there with Payoff Pitch in terms of card quality. So definitely great card stock there. And spilled water on Strat cards the other day, and you're lucky they didn't disintegrate. They're like almost like Alka-Seltzer when you get those wet. All right, let's get back to it. Top of the 9th inning, and Sambito looking to nail this down for James Rodney Richard and get him the win today. A good outing, had a couple of rough moments, but still leads 5-3. Here we go. Rick Monday, lefty-lefty matchup, and I did not roll stuff again. 12 will take that, and Sambito will have his normal stuff, B stuff. All right, so 31 and 31, that is going to be a single off the pitcher's card. And if we had left Richard in, that would have not been the case. So Rick Monday leads off the 9th with a base hit in a tough lefty-lefty matchup. That brings up the catcher, Joe Ferguson. And is Lasorda going to have him bunt? Nope, he's going to let him hit away. 16 and swing and a miss. That was possibly a mistake as Ferguson goes down on strikes. He is 1 for 4 on the day now, has a run scored. As we will have the pitcher spot come up, and the other pitch hitter extraordinaire from the Dodgers from this time period, Vic Davalillo, will be the batter. And we're sort of letting him hit another lefty, but Davalillo was solid against them in real life. And again, splits really don't come into play much in this game except for one number or two numbers on Davalillo's card. So here we go, 14, and that's not going to have an effect this time as that's going to be a ground ball down to first base. Bob Watson scoops that up, takes it himself. And actually, I should have looked at the runner on first base. Fielder's choice, and that is going to be out at second. So 3-6 and unable to get the double play. So Davalillo on with a fielder's choice and 2 outs, top of the order. And this is it. Sambito looking to nail it down for James Rodney Richard. Davey Lopes, the batter. Here comes a pitch. Sambito breaks off a slider, 42, and that's going to be ball 4. So he's going to make it interesting as Lopes trots down to first base. Second time he's walked today. Bill Russell will be the batter. Ken Forsch is ready to go if needed. They're hoping Sambito gets him out of this. Here we go, 26, and left-hander. The split comes into play. That's going to be a single. That is a base hit to right field. And second to home, fast runner is going to advance. And Davalillo is only average, so we are going to have the bases loaded. And suddenly, the Astros holding a precarious lead. Reggie Smith is a switch hitter, so they're going to leave Sambito in and turn him around, have him hit from the right side. It's up to Sambito to end the game, and he's going to get it done as that's a line drive down the first base line, speared, though, by Bob Watson. That is your ball game, L3. The Dodgers leave the bases loaded in the top of the 9th, and the Astros hold on for a 5-3 victory, a very good ball game for J.R. Richard. And let's add up our final line score here. As Richard in our tribute game gets the win fittingly with 9 strikeouts through 8 innings pitched. So the Dodgers, they're going to end up with 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. And the Astros really did all their damage early in the game off Sutton. 5 runs and 8 hits through the first 3 innings and only 2 hits after that. So for the Astros, it is going to be 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Your winner is J.R. Richard, and like he did in real life, he moves to 8-9 with this victory on the 1978 season, and Don Sutton takes the loss. Let's go back through the chat and thank everyone who has joined us. Good friend Matt Stewart, fan 1933, Kent from SDG Replays. Check out that great channel. Appa Brian, the early morning cards and dice baseball guy, so check him out for breakfast every morning. Steve Tower, after further review, thanks for stopping by, my friend. Check out that wonderful channel as well. Dan Douglas, and I think that is going to do it. So yeah, thank you to everybody for joining us at the ballpark. Appreciate it. And again, channel news, we're going to get some more 1908 Fall Classic up. I'm going to have more Glory Days college football testing videos, and we'll have a flyweight set preview fight for Glory Days boxing as well. Hope you all have an excellent Friday, and we will see you later. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Take care.